this whole ordeal has just robbed me of so much. It's robbed me of my future, my goals, my life, my daughter, who I barely have a relationship with now because I was not allowed to see her for the first year and a half afterwards. I had to see her at supervised access center, somebody watching and writing everything down as we were visiting. Totally disgraceful and treated like I was the villain, like I did something wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. This guy, he must have did horrible things to me, and thank God I've forgotten a lot of it, because I have forgotten a lot of it. But I remember when I woke up in hospital being so not able to do a single thing for myself. Like, I would be in the shower. Okay, so I have a bummed arm. Okay, I got compartment syndrome, like I said. Heart attack, stop the blood flow, caused compartment syndrome. Made sense to me, you know what I mean? Um, so I'm in the shower. I can't shave or wash myself, but I have to have somebody else do that for me. If I was only out for one day and whatever else, why was there all this? Plus, I woke up, I had drop foot and nerve damage down one side of my body, and I was complaining about it, and nobody did anything for me. Nobody referred me to a specialist or anything like that. It's just heartbreaking, like I can't believe it. Like, look at this. This is not an injury somebody sustains from laying on their arm for 7 hours, people. Doctors, people, like, honestly, this is not something somebody gets from laying passed out on the floor for 7 hours. I'm not a heavy person, and to be honest, when I lay down on my side in the fetal position, I'm not even putting that much pressure on that part of my arm, which makes no sense to me. Um, uh, it, uh, it, it honestly just boils my blood. I can't even believe it. From there, I left the hospital basically like retarded, not able to look after myself, and I struggled for a while and stuff. And eventually, I've gotten to a pretty good place in my life right now, but I still am not 100%. Like, I can't keep my house neat. I'm all over the place, as you can tell by listening to my story. I bounce from one thing to another. I don't make a lot of sense or whatever. But I just really want to get the word out to make everybody aware that we need to be really on the watch, um, questioning things and stuff, because these healthcare professionals, they're like God. And like, even just like something like this happens, like, you don't think it's going to, like, I I drank the drink, even though he said it smells chemical. I drank it because I trust people, and I have a good heart, and my heart is always in the right place. And I'm going to get into a little bit more about that and that part of my life, because there's a whole other part of this story that just makes it holy shit crazy story. It involves family, payoffs, potentially payoffs. I'm going to say that. Yeah, I believe so. But I'll get into that in another part, because this is so mentally exhausting for me. You have no idea. Like, in a day, I can hardly function. Like, I'm so exhausted and so tired and so worn out, and it's just, it's so upsetting to me that I can't get justice for this. I have this much proof, and I can't get justice for this. And it's all on this hospital. There's another part to this story too that makes it a whole lot crazier and stuff like that. But just even this drug, like this, it starts with an M. It's called I don't know if you can read it on there, Mendelism or whatever it's called, but it says should not be administered in adult pediatric patients in shock or coma or acute alcohol intoxication with depressing vital signs. Particular care should be expressed and used in intervention metals, pediatric patients with uncomplicated acute illnesses such as severe fluid or electrolyte disbalances. Those were all of me. All of me. Guys, we saw all the proof. I showed you all the proof. I read it. I showed you all the proof. And I'll link it to this account here, all the proof. I had the blood clots showing, and I have the pictures, and I'll show you on the laptop too on another note, because I think this should be done in little sections, because it's really hard for me to get the point out. But I just want other survivors of rape and survivors of people of authority that have let you down to know that I'm here for you and I support you. So I please hope that you subscribe and like my channel, because I want to do something good with this. I can't get legal representation for this because this occurred in 2014, but I only became aware of it when my friend turned to me and said, "Hey, idiot, you couldn't have had a heart attack. You'd be on medication. Get the medical records." Because I was 37 years old. She's like, "You did not have a heart attack. You'd be on meds. You didn't have a heart attack." I had a stroke. That's what happened to me. That's why I had to go see the heart specialist afterwards for a few sessions until he cleared me and said that one time my heart might have skipped a beat. But it was from the stroke that they gave me, because my MRI, when I show it online, it shows that I had severe upper arm swelling, thrombosis, and that I had a mild stroke. But when I show my scan here, I get a completely different answer. And I'll tell you, like, the people that they have trying to protect us, like these higher up people, they're not helping us. You saw all the information I had there. It said that I was Belleville 3 state going from Bancroft to Belleville. I almost had to be airlifted. There was no decreased levels of consciousness here. It was not positive for amphetamine. It was false positive. You saw that. And the College of Physicians comes back and says, no, no, no. They say this, and that's the way it is. So that organization, totally not here to help or support us. A woman was raped here. I was raped by this sicko, and I'll show you in another part too. I was so out of it. And I remember looking at the girl that lived in the shelter, and she had super long, gorgeous hair, and thinking, oh, I wish I had long hair, and desiring it so much, and stuff. And then I look back at a picture of me a month before. I had amazingly long, gorgeous hair. And then I have a picture of me 6 months after the accident, and my hair is up to here. I was living in a shelter. I wasn't going to a hair salon. That sicko has over 12 inches of my hair out there and is using it for self-gratification or whatever he's doing. He's thinking he's king shit right now. He just got away with murder pretty much. Because he left me there and he thought for sure I was going to die. And I probably would have died. But the good old Lord looked after me that night, that's for sure. And yeah, so I can't get legal representation because but there is the discovery rule from the 2 years you ought to or should have known. So I am trying to now save up enough money to get legal representation. I have a GoFundMe account that I've set up because I need to pay this one lawyer $10,000 to represent me, because I feel I deserve something. My whole life has been shattered from these people. They destroyed my reputation. They took away my motherhood from me. They took away my beauty. It's so disgusting and so disturbing that we live in a world like this. I can't even imagine it. I can't imagine it. It's heartbreaking to me that this can physically happen to us, that we can be lied to. And when I get into my story about my family, you'll be 10 times more upset and disgusted too. It's just a whole other ballpark that's just going to blow your mind away. But living with this aftermath of asbestos has been a complete nightmare. It really has. It's a struggle on a daily basis. Muscle aches, bone aches, tiredness, the brain lesion. My brain is shrinking. I have the start of Alzheimer's. I'm 37 years old. I can't cook in my home because it's not safe for me to cook when I'm alone. I live with other people, so I'm thankful that I have supports and stuff around me to help me. But if I didn't have those supports, I couldn't live. I couldn't. These people have damaged me, and I'm not getting any help from police. So if you know any lawyers out there, or you know any avenues I should go, let me know. But I'm going to continue on here. I'll be giving you a little bit more about me. You can find out more about me. I've been through so much. As I said, I gave birth to that little 5-month-old baby boy and watched him die in front of me and almost died myself. Um, 3 or 4 months right before this happened. So it's been a chaotic past little while for me. It hasn't been easy and it hasn't been fun, but I just want other people to know out there that are survivors of this, that you're amazing and you just have to, and like I'm trying to do right now, just reach out and hopefully people will help. And hopefully people will. We need to have people in those freaking hospitals that are not a part of that hospital staff that are overseeing all the patients and documenting stuff. Because a reportable infection through the Ministry of Health to not even be told to a person is just despicable. And to be told that a blood transfusion, having somebody else's blood put into your body, that it did not become law till 2017, is just outrageous, despicable, and disgusting. And apparently, this hospital wasn't even electronical in 2014. And I've asked to look at my originals, and they say that they don't have them anymore, that they've been scanned into the computer and destroyed. Well, are you destroying other people's too? Because you guys still rent rooms and keep them. Because when you call in, they say, yeah, yeah, you can come view them. But then when I say my name, they're like, oh, no, no, yours have been destroyed. And it's just like, okay. And I know I had a bladder scan, and I know I had a Doppler scan on my leg, and I know I definitely had a brain scan. I mean, asbestos, you're gonna have a brain scan. Like, this is just outrageous. And it even says in there, it says, I'm concerned about Shannon suffering hypoxic brain injury from the prolonged downtime. It says, have med team ready for hypoxic brain injury. Patient makes very little to no eye contact. And for these bastards to have not given me a brain scan, that's just disturbing and disgusting. It really is. It's really disgusting. I don't understand. And I've communicated with these organizations. They don't want to reach out to me. They don't want to talk to me. They just want to give me excuses as to why this is the way that it is. This is what blah blah blah. Nobody can give me any answers about those fake documents. One blames the other one blames this one, that one. My family now says this, and they used to say that, and now they're saying this and that. And I'll get into all that afterwards, because this is going to be, like I said, a couple sessions explaining this whole situation, because this whole thing has just rocked my world. It's destroyed it, and it's just despicable, and I can't believe it happened. Thank you so much for listening. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll look forward to talking to you guys all again soon. Thanks.